Manish, congratulations on the silver jubilee of 3D Experience World.
Thank you.
And Solidworks has been an integral part of your overall portfolio. So briefly, your thoughts on what has been the impact of Solidworks on the automotive industry's design and developmental needs.
SolidWorks, as you know, is one of the biggest players in CAD market, which means we are it doesn't really matter which sector you look at. Any sector you look at, if there is a manufacturing or design need, SolidWorks is present there. The reason why we grew the reason why we are where we are is because we have two aspects in our DNA. One is about focusing on the simplicity of user experience, that anything that we want to deliver, we try to focus on simplicity. If it is not simple, if it is too complicated, we don't want to do it. We want to make complex things, make it simple, and then only release it. And the second one is that we are always customer focused. Whatever is the customer need, we try to deliver it to best of our capabilities. Now, because of that, we have been able to create, there is literally a portfolio of solutions at this point, which are very simple to use. It's addictive to a point. The number of users that uses SolidWorks, or even the number of students, the number of makers that use SolidWorks, it's huge. It's in millions. It's in tens of millions, I would say.
Right.
If you count all the users, all the students who have graduated over the number of years using or learning SolidWorks. So if you look at the space where we as SolidWorks we play, it's pretty big.
And so are you sort of seeing any changes in terms of the platform moving more towards the cloud now? Is there demand for more of such solutions accessible from anywhere? Are you working on those solutions as well?
In fact, there has COVID has exploded that need, I would say. Because when COVID happened, a lot of people had to move to work from home overnight. And when you work from home, you need to make sure that it's not just about accessibility of your data. You need to make sure that you provide access to your employees in a secure way, in a safe way. While COVID was happening, while the transition was happening, there was also a lot of security breaches going all over the world. There were ransomware attacks where the rogue agents, they used to hack into a company's system. They will steal the data, they'll encrypt the data, and they were asking for money in order to decrypt the data. So there has been always this feeling that, if my data is on my premises, my data is secure.
Right.
But the reality is that if the data is on your premises, how many dev security operations officers do you have? How many people are looking at all possible loopholes which can be utilized by all these hackers in order to get into your system? If you are using servers, if there are patches to be applied, how many of those servers are kept up to date as far as patches are concerned?
Right.
And it's just impossible for everyone to be able to do that. Whereas for someone like Dassault Systemes, we have an army of people who are trying to secure your data, who are trying to make sure that there are backups, who are trying to make sure that no one can hack into your system.
Right.
Yet you give the access, or you give literally the access to your entire user base without having any risk whatsoever, without having to worry about these kind of things. So to me, it's a very, it was a natural evolution which was happening even before COVID, but COVID made it grow at a pace, or made it so obvious that without this people cannot live. So to me, at this point, it's not a question of do people need it? Everyone needs it.
Okay.
It's a question of am I able to adopt it at a pace at which I want? Because a lot of companies have existing data. They need to make sure that they somehow plan this migration. So to me, it's a thing which is guaranteed. It will happen. It's just a question of a company trying to decide that when am I going to go for that transformation.
So does the move towards cloud also entails a sort of a shift in your business model as well?
Yes, of course. Because what we used to do in past, And a lot, I would say it's not just us. If you look around what Adobe did, if your data is somewhere else, you need to access the data, then it does mean that the business model will need to shift from being perpetual license kind of model to a subscription kind of model.
Okay.
Because perpetual is where I give you a license, you use the license, you install it. Now all the headache is yours.
Right.
You manage the machines, you manage your backups, you manage everything on your own end. But once the data goes on the cloud, someone else is doing that job. So it cannot be, the perpetual model will not work in that particular environment.
Right.
So business model also needs to evolve with time.
Right.
So you're
And
right.
in terms of the technological evolution, so, I mean, AI is the next big thing. So is that also something that you're focusing on in terms of, integration within SolidWorks?
Of course, and you saw you saw few examples today.
Yeah.
You'll see more examples. In fact, this is not something which we are trying to do now. We have been focused on AI since quite some time. It's just that the Chat GPT has made it so obvious with everyone that AI is a real thing.
Right.
Even before Chat GPT happened, we were announcing AI-driven functionalities here. We have announced AI-driven functionalities which our users are using today. So AI is a reality for us. It's just that it is front and center now in terms of in terms of people's mind. But it does give us a boost in the sense in past when we used to talk about it, we were looked as I should say, as geeks who are talking about something crazy.
Yeah.
Now, when we talk about it, we are no longer geeks. We are, okay, you guys are doing the right thing. We are looked at it from that point of view. So that is a good thing. Now, even their platform has a role to play because, AI needs data. And if your data is dispersed everywhere, no AI tool will be able to extract any information from data which is dispersed all over the place. Whereas if the data is in one single place, then AI will be able to look at your data, extract whatever knowledge is there, and help you with your future decisions. We have helped a car manufacturing company, we meaning Dassault Systems, I'm not talking about
Right.
SolidWorks here. We, as in Dassault Systems, have helped a car manufacturing company in order to gain insights into their cost structure, into what causes their pain points, if they have to reduce the cost, if they have to do even a what if analysis, that what if tomorrow prices of certain materials go up, how can it impact me? How can I mitigate that risk? All that can be provided if your data is in a central location, on which we can do analytics, on which we can do machine learning, and then we can predict certain things. So this all of this is together: cloud, machine learning, data analytics, as well as AI. To me, all of it is combined as it's a single problem in my view.
So does it also mean faster time to market for companies and especially startups? Now we are seeing, with EVs coming in, it's sort of like a clean slate and, even younger companies, newer entrants are there in the market. So does it mean the integration of AI, does it enable them to come faster to the market?
I would say anyone who is not going to use AI will be delayed.
Okay.
So yes, if you look at AI is going to provide you with ideas. What machines are good at is they are very good at recognizing patterns.
Right.
And the other good thing about machines is that if I tell you something and I ask you to tell the same thing to your friend, the message typically gets lost because you will not say it in the same exact way
Right.
that I'm telling you. Whereas with machines, that's not a problem. Machine A tells to machine B, the same exact thing will be told to machine C. So preserving the data, machines are very good. Recognizing patterns, machines are very good. And extracting those patterns back to give you some insights, machines are very good. So what AI is going to give you is give it a problem. It will give you multiple choices. Now, using those choices, you will be able to, as a human being, choose the best possible option, or it might even give you ideas on what direction you want to take. And with that, you will be able to go to wherever you want to go at a faster pace than you would have otherwise.
Right.
So to me, it's about increasing productivity and, in fact, reducing mundane tasks on which you would have otherwise spent a lot of time. If you have more time where you can think, where you can innovate, you will go faster. So of course, it will reduce the time to market.
So will the innovation also come from generative AI? Because now the AI tool itself is going to give you, like you mentioned, multiple options, different iterations.
Yes.
So would that be counted as innovation?
It will be counted as innovation because in the end, generative AI is going to give you multiple choices.
Right.
But those choices will have your final footprint, in the sense you will decide which choice you want to go with, and you will most likely not take the choice as is. You will evolve it to meet your needs, your specific needs. So you will add your own personal touch to whatever option was given to you. And then it becomes your solution. My simplest example will be that if you ask ChatGPT to write for you a blog, you will not take that and just post it as is. It might give you ideas on what are the kind of different things that you may not be thinking about. But ultimately, you are going to take that input, but you will write your own blog in order to publish it, to make it your own original blog. Otherwise, it will be chaos, I would say. So in the same exact way, generative AI in design specifically will give you ideas, and then you will take those ideas to evolve it and make it your own, which will help you go to the market faster, which will help you even design innovative solutions, because you'll have more time to think about innovation, less time to think about mundane tasks.
Right. On that note, Manish, wish you continued success. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much.
Pleasure talking to you.
Very nice to meet you.
Thank you.